The introduction of V-Shift has already changed the landscape of offense in Street Fighter V, but one thing remains very strong, and that's meaty throws. As you can see, the V-Shift avoids the meaty throw, but the throw doesn't trigger V-Shift to enable a V-Shift break or give the opponent half of their V-bar back. However, I am still plus 11 against an opponent in a crush counterable state. There are several outcomes here. They can just tech immediately, and run the risk of getting hit by a meaty, or delay tech to beat throws and meaties. Which loses to shimmy. I think V-Shift is the worst wake-up option among these. If you expect a button, you can just delay tech or block and take the throw. Worst case scenario, you eat a meaty throw. But if you V-Shift, this is the worst case scenario. This is a very small sample of the options in Street Fighter V, but most other options are variations of these and probably best saved for a more in-depth video. Note that this chart is from the aggressor's perspective. The vertical rows represent the offensive option used on the opponent's wake-up, and the horizontal are their defensive option used on their own wake-up. Blue represents the aggressor's scoring damage, yellow represents no one scoring damage, and red represents the defender scoring damage. Note how none of these options result in meaty throw taking damage. The point here is that it's very easy to apply pressure with meaty throws already, and you can change basically nothing about your meaty throw setups and just look for V-shifts to punish after you attempt the throw. All you need is a +4 situation on your opponent's wake up for best results. I can't lab every character for this video, but you can lab your meaty situations versus quick rise and back roll fairly easily. So where is V-shift useful? So far, it looks like it's a great defensive option for specific situations, but not as much for general defense. There is a lot of scenarios being found where triggering V-shift is easier to guarantee, which is important for meter management and for picking up punishes where you typically can't without V-shift. For example, it's very useful against Abigail V-Trigger 2. Or punishing Yuri and ZX Tackle on block. Against some reversals, you can V-shift the second rep and use a crush counter to get your entire investment back. Your mileage may vary for your character, but this is very efficient meter use and helps you avoid chip damage and still pick up the punish. Whether you value the full V meter gain over the damage is up to you, but I think you'll need a very good reason to pass up the big damage for these punishes. That's all I have for now. There's more uses of V-shift being found every day. I think the rule of thumb for this tool is, if you didn't lab it, don't use V-shift against it. Using it too much is just asking to get yourself killed.